going to be diving into the world of Zexal this morning out here to see how Utopia cards just are holding up. You guys smash the like and crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more content. So I figured we would deep dive into the world of Utopia out here just to kind of give you guys a little bit of an idea as to what is going on out here with these. So it appears right now that Utopic Astral Language, this guy is still floating a decently high amount. I mean, we've only been going down. I mean, let's call what it is out here. You're at 85, February, you're down to a very solid, $70. A few of these have actually moved today. I guess a few people took note. They're like, hey, Utopia support, I want the higher rarity of this. I mean, it's not a terrible pickup. Let's see here. Ooh, we have, Ultimate Lightnings. These never really dropped down a crazy amount. That's interesting to take note of. You're looking at a solid $21 right now for Utopia Lightning. I mean, that's got to do with older format application. Utopia Ray, still an extremely cheap ghost rare. What is this? Ultimate Rare Utopia is actually 8 on up to 10. On up to 11, actually. It looks like a few people did kind of come through and pick up some copies of this. I can't say I'm surprised about this. Card's actually kind of expensive for an old Ultimate Rare. Most of these old Ultimate Rares, these kind of, in more modern era times, these things hit like $5. And that was an OTS pack 17, so you guys remember how disappointed we were in that. The alternate art Utopia from Battles of Legend. This interesting that this is $7, but wrong picture maybe. Utopia Rising. This is a $6 collector's rare, which is actually very interesting. I see a lot of these have kind of been moving in the last little bit. People saw $5-6 and they're like, I think I can justify that. And I mean that's perfectly understandable, right? Like when you get to looking at cheap, higher rarity cards, especially, in terms of Utopia stuff, I don't really blame people for wanting to pick this up. Oh boy, Utopia Ray Victor. So when you start to get into some of this rank 5 and some of the other little interesting things, we have no sales on this guy recently. Your last sale was back on 118. So I can't imagine that people are going to be rushing out too much here to, want to pick up that guy. What else we got back here in the Utopia line? Oh, yes, the CR is $5 to $6. That's great. Utopia Roots. And this is the rank 1 that never really saw like a crazy amount of play. He's still a cool card. You actually had sales back on 2.8 and 2.7 for like $5, but like that's nothing, once again, too crazy to scoff at. It's the more niche Utopia section for sure. Shifting on back here. So I'm glad to see that some of these niche Utopias, oh yeah, Utopia Double, oh yeah, $1. Oof. Ray Victory, $5 for the Super, still okay. The Astral Language Silver Rare is a $3 card. Interesting though to know you can get those so cheap, but also the dual terminal Utopia. These are like $3 as well. These are solid for pickups. $1.50 Utopic Kaisers. You guys remember when those were very expensive? All the lightnings in the world that you could ever actually want. All still floating at about $1. I'm kind of impressed with that, honestly. More Utopia Beyonds. Primes are 70 cents. Okay, interesting. 30 cents. Yeah, you're dipping down here very, very quickly, which is fine. Man, I wonder how many people went through today and picked these up. I am very curious. Holy crap, yeah, it looks like your QCR. Decent price point at like 50 cents. Couple of very large lines in the sand. I don't think that the QCR Utopia is going to be erupting anytime soon, but the market, you got to watch the little things out here, because you never know what somebody's cooking up on some weird old tech choice. And I think this confirms so if I'm this far back, okay, there he is. Utopic Dragnar. This was from this Zexal structure deck. This was the major power-ups that they had last year. I see, we had a decent amount of these move. A little bit starting this morning, but we'll have to wait and see as the day goes on. So, Dragner is going to be one of the bigger ones to kind of keep an eye on. So, interesting. And then we have the Hyper Rank Up Utopia Force. Now, remember, this basically is meant to allow you to rank up into Dragnar and then use all those cool new little applications that you got during the Zexal structure deck. What was it, 2 to 3 years ago at this point? Or is it 3 years ago at this point for that structure deck? Because it's cool to see that Konami is re-supporting it again out here, but just looking at what's going on, it's interesting. This card is extremely good for what it is. Yeah, sales data doing its thing. All right, what else we got back here? Yes, I always kept an eye on this card. It's actually been like a year or two since I've kept an eye on this, but this is a Magician Girl. It never... First Eds were always something that I always wanted to watch. Because, Gaga Girl, she never really took off in the way the Dark Magician Girl did. I think it's because of her aesthetic and the way that she is in comparison. But I'm assuming First Eds, I don't know, really. And that looks like a couple First Eds moved $9, $6, $9. She definitely meets the criteria for hiring. You get a lot of mods there at the $4 mark. That's kind of interesting, I guess. You get wow, you can still get First Eds for $5. That's actually kind of insane, man. I guess this is an important thing to take note of out here. Maybe, I honestly think that this is probably the real card to keep an eye on today. Obviously, if you're very, very, heartfelt about wanting to build the canon version of, the deck out here for Zexal, this was always going to be a massive inclusion that you wanted to have. And obviously, she did get a retrain today into the form of the extra deck, but interesting. All right, what else we got? Oh, yeah, Gaga Magician. Well, these are not like anything too crazy in terms of pickups or, I need to rush out and get these. This is just one of those cards that I do highly recommend that you keep an eye on. $1.30 and so forth. Yeah, we're not going anywhere too crazy with this, but he just checks those marks as a very important card for the Utopia theme. Oh, speaking of Utopia themes, you guys remember the best card out of the theme, right? The Exceed Change Tactics is whenever an Utopia monsters exceed summon to your field, pay 500 and draw one. Now, obviously, you can only control one of these because they did not want you abusing the crap out of this thing, man. In terms of what's available on your market, I mean, you had a couple sales this morning. Nothing major, though, once again. So, I mean, this is, once again, clear indicator that, hey, all the Utopia stuff, it's fine. The market didn't go crazy for this. This is good. All right, it's important to keep an eye on these particular cards and just see how things are going. Really, we're doing this again, Photon Delta Wing? What are you doing here, man? Why is your Ultra the same price as your Collector's Rare? And I question this each and every time we do this because this makes no sense to me. Why that we should be looking at this card's price point going up to the extreme numbers that it is, $14, $15 frickin' dollars out here, while you've got the Collector's Rare sitting here at about the same price point. Like, I'd rather just go pick up the Collector's Rares, man. And this is one of those rare times that you get to watch the Ultra and the Collector's Rare sync up before the Collector's Rare blows out of the water. So I guess you've been warned. Keep an eye on this thing. It's kind of stupid, but all right. That's it for today. That's all we have for today's Market Watch. We're missing a lot of alt arts right now. It's not good how many alt arts we're missing. I'm very curious to know what's taken so long to release these things. The fact that we just got cover news for this upcoming set already might indicate that our news cycle is now done, except for, card of the days out here. But I'm very interested to see where we're going from this point on, because there's a lot of stuff unaccounted for, and that's kind of impressive, honestly. So what do you guys think about today's market? Please leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think, and I will see your beautiful faces back here today, guys. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.